mean, like we talked about, I mean, those like a few of Patrick Mahomes' interceptions have been just because of those drops, you know. But I don't know. You watch against the Packers, they're gonna come around. They're gonna be that team of old.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I wish my back didn't hurt right now. Welcome to the Packers family. I am Damon.
And I'm Christian.
And today we're here to talk to you about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. That's right, the Packers and Aaron Rodgers are going to be playing against
Patrick Mahomes for the first time, actually.
Yeah, I went to that game a couple of years ago, and I was sad because Patrick Mahomes got injured. No, don't get me wrong, I'm a Packers fan, you know. It was to the Packers' benefit that Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to play in 2019 against the Packers. But
Still would have been nice to see him.
no, I'm an NFL fan.
Yeah.
Right? I love good football, and Patrick Mahomes, especially in 2019 and 2020, played a lot of good football, and just missing the opportunity to see him play was a heartbreaking feeling for me. Now, as some of you already know, I am going to that game in person, and so hopefully I'll have that opportunity again. As a Packer fan, we do understand that sometimes things pop up in the middle of the week. Devontae Adams. But it all worked out for the Packers in the end against the Cardinals. But all things considered, super excited for the game on Sunday. But we're going to be analyzing that game and kind of looking into the Chiefs a little bit deeper, looking into the Packers a little bit deeper, and see what each team has to do to overcome its opponent. So, let's look at the Chiefs. First of all, they are a lot better than their record. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this team is still explosive. I mean, defense not explosive, but it's still Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce.
They have the offensive firepower to be really good. Their offense is actually still moving the ball. The issue with the offense that they've been having is they've been having a lot of turnovers. Now, under Andy Reid, they don't have turnovers. It's weird that they've been having this much turnover going on. And a lot of it's just dumb luck.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill trying to catch it. A few of them this year have been picked off by DBs because Tyreek Hill just he's there catching the ball. Next thing you know, it's flying out of his hand somewhere. And
Yeah.
picked off. I mean,
an example of that is if you go back and watch the Bills-Chiefs game. I mean, Tyreek Hill, it was actually a really pretty play by Patrick Mahomes. He threw the ball, and it was a pretty ball by Patrick Mahomes, and Tyreek Hill went to go catch it and just bounced up in the air. Micah Hyde picked it off, returned it for 6.
I think he had a few against the Titans like that too, if I'm not mistaken. A few passes that just went through receivers' hands and
then
that's not his fault. I mean,
now there are opportunities. You hear defenders talking about passes that have the potential of being picked off, like they're in a dangerous position. The ball was thrown in such a way that it could be picked off. Doesn't mean it will be picked off. Patrick Mahomes' throws that have an opportunity of being picked off have gone up this year. And so that is part of the reason for that. And he said that's because he feels like he's pressing a lot more. Now, why do you think he's pressing?
Well, when your defense is letting up a bunch of points, I mean, he's got to try to make up for it. We went through that with Rodgers for years, except he didn't turn the ball over a lot. But we know how it feels to have a star quarterback and underwhelming defense and trying to stay in games, you know.
A lot of times with the Packers, it wasn't Aaron Rodgers pressing. It was more of us having to go for it a lot more on fourth down and calling plays that are a lot harder to hit, and they wouldn't come open, and he'd have to throw it away. He wouldn't try to hit something that wasn't there that Patrick Mahomes has been trying to do. And it's not because of him getting paid, right? He signed that $500 million contract last year. It's not because of that. Matter of fact, the cap hit from that doesn't take place until next year. He still actually has a pretty low cap number on his contract right now.
They still have pretty much the same team they've had 2 years in a row, except a different O-line now. But
and that offensive line is actually decent. They're not as bad as they were last year. They're not as good as they should be, though, this year. You know, they're kind of middle of the pack. So can they let up some pressure? Definitely. We've already talked about it. Their receivers have been dropping open passes, and sometimes that's leading to turnovers. They've had a lot of fumbles. I believe they've had 8 fumbles this year that have been turnovers, and that's just not good to have. That being said, you have the Chiefs who have a high turnover number. That's not gonna keep going that way.
No, it shouldn't. Andy Reid's too good of a coach for that.
Yeah, I think they have they're on pace for like 40 turnovers in a season, which is ridiculous.
I don't see it.
That's not gonna happen. That's gonna turn quickly. I don't foresee the Chiefs missing the playoffs even. Now, we gave them a hard time.
We did, but that division's kind of opening back up for them.
Yeah. The Chargers, you know, they got beat by the Patriots. It just, I think they still have a chance. And there's seven spots in the playoffs here. So if you're a Chiefs fan, I mean, even if the Packers beat you, right? And you'll see later on in our NFL Week 9 picks video that we picked the Packers to win, okay? That doesn't mean anything. They could be 4 whatever, okay?
As long as you're still in the hunt. I mean, Rodgers said it that one time running the table. Mm-hmm. Man, we won out 6 straight and then went to the NFC Championship that year. Yep. You know, I mean, anything's possible.
So don't give up hope. I know after the Packers and the Cowboys games, it gets a lot easier for the Chiefs. So you guys can go on a run and you guys can make it. Your division's still open for you all, and you have a really good team. Now, let's talk about the matchup in general here. You don't have a defense.
No.
And more specifically, you don't have pass rushers. Like, you have pass rushers, but you're not getting any pressure. Okay, I don't know what you all were thinking with Chris Jones. You moved him to defensive, you had him at defensive tackle right in the center where he was doing a lot of good things for you all, and then you moved him out to edge and he looked lost. I mean, Lamar Jackson made him look like a fool in the Ravens game. Caught him in so many sticky situations. Literally sticky, like he didn't move. And that's just not a good position for Chris Jones. Don't you agree?
No, he's strong in the interior.
And I see that you guys moved him back into the interior, but every now and then you try him on the edge again. Just give up on that. No, there's no pressure coming from their front seven one bit. So, against the Packers offensive line, who's looking to have hopefully David Bakhtiari back, Elton Jenkins back, I mean, our offensive line for the Packers is top notch. And if you guys can't get any pressure on us, Aaron Rodgers is going to eat you alive.
I don't think it'll be Aaron Rodgers. I think it'll be more A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. I mean, we kept the ball out of Kyler Murray's hands for most of the game.
Yeah, most of the game.
That's how we won. We stopped arguably one of the best offenses in the league with our defense, and we went on long, sustained drives with a heavy run game. You know that was the game plan for that game, but I don't see why it couldn't work against the Chiefs, too.
I mean, and you think about it, the Chiefs, if you watch the Chiefs play, they let up a lot of rushing yards. They're pretty weak up front on the front seven. So not only do they not get pressure on the quarterback, but they can't stop the run. And so I mean, it could be a heavy dose of Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon.
Yeah, you got the elusive back and Aaron Jones, who also looks pretty good trucking too. We've seen that.
Yeah, he got himself a touchdown last game to that.
And then you got Dwayne the Leg Johnson over there, man. just a smidge probably behind Derrick Henry's legs, but
yeah.
I still give him a 10 out of 10. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. So if you can't get any pressure on Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Jones or any on the line or anything, it's going to be a long day for you guys. Your defense, it just needs help. That being said, I mean, could they turn around against the Packers?
Oh, very much.
Oh, yeah.
Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. And that's the reason why you play the game, right? The offense for the Chiefs is still very much dangerous.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah. Now, the Packers' defense has been really good this year. Devondre Campbell.
With all our injuries, too, is what's surprising. You know,
and we're going to start getting some of these defenders back. Yeah. And some of them might come back against the Chiefs. That remains to be seen, but we'll see. And if our defense keeps clicking that way, I mean, the Chiefs are going to put up points. All right. But if we can get the Packers can get some turnovers, which it has been shown that the Chiefs have been giving up some turnovers.
The Packers can get turnovers too. You just see it against the high-flying Cardinals offense. What happened?
Matt LaFleur, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, preaches the fact that if you win the turnover battle, you win the game.
You mostly do most times.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I think
that's why the Chiefs are losing a lot of games. They're losing the turnover battle.
Losing the turnover battle.
I mean,
I think the only time the Packers have lost a game when they've won the turnover battle was the NFC Championship to the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's just with him, bad Ray Brady.
Yeah,
bad reffing,
all of that. But I mean, Davante Adams. I mean, if he practices on Thursday, he's definitely gonna be playing. As of right now, he hasn't passed the COVID protocol. Like he hasn't tested negative yet. We'll see how that goes. Definitely going to be a heavy Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon type game. Davante Adams is going to get his touches. I don't know if there's a corner on that team who can really defend him. I don't know if there's a corner in the league who can really defend him. You're definitely going to want to shadow him a lot with Tyrann Mathieu, though. I mean, a good play for you guys might be have Tyrann Mathieu. I say you guys as in Chiefs. To actually keep him up on the line of scrimmage a little bit, to kind of focus on a little bit of pressure. And
focus too much on Davante, though. And the run game is going to rip through him.
So what do you do? I mean,
with that defense, you know, there's many ways we can attack the Chiefs here.
Yeah. I feel like we're all over the place. Talked a little bit about the Chiefs and what's going on with them. Talked a bit about the Packers and what's going on with them. We talked about the matchup. It's a good week, interesting week. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And go Pack, go!